Hello, and welcome back to the Fear Fighters podcast. So I wanted to record a really quick podcast for you on the topic of thoughts. This is something I've been thinking a lot about over the last couple weeks. And when you struggle with anxiety, thoughts feel real, like facts, like what is happening in your head is happening in your life. And your fear pulls you into a disillusionment that everything is going wrong or everything will go wrong, that you're not okay, that you're not normal, right? You are completely fucking normal, even when you're having these fearful thoughts. There is nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with your mind. The thoughts that you have are not facts. They're thoughts that you then gather information and evidence to support. Changing your relationship with your thoughts, i.e. acknowledging that they're thoughts and not facts, helps you better understand your fear and anxiety and build an entirely new relationship with it. So just to give you an example here, let's take a very normal fear, like death, a very common human fear, our mortality, right? Everybody has a sort of subconscious underlying fear of death. Some of us don't think about it as much. Some of us think about it every single day. But when we take a very normal fear of death and we magnify it with our own personal experiences of loss in our families, with our friends, stories that we read online, stories that we hear from friends and family, that then fear of death starts to ramp up and put us in a state of anxiety, where the normal fear becomes a rumination of thought of impending death. And these thoughts of impending death convince us that it's coming soon. And then our mind seeks out information to prove why the fear and the belief that you're going to die is real. But let's go back. The fear is death. But the thought that causes anxiety is, I'm going to die. Someone I love is going to die, and it's going to happen soon. That is not a fact. That's a thought. But your relationship with the thought makes it feel like a fact. And then the body pulls you into a stress response to the rumination of that thought. Now, this isn't how all thoughts work. But when you're in an anxious or highly sensitive state, the mind likes to go there, take you all the way down that rabbit hole, cover you with the thoughts as facts until it becomes your programming and you live out the cycle of your life rooted in fear. But like all emotions, fear is an emotion. It's just an emotion and nothing more. And emotions pass. You know that infamous saying, this too shall pass? Emotions, that applies to every single emotion. It will pass. Some hang around longer than others, but emotions are meant to be felt and not held. They're meant to pass and make room for new emotions. But like love, the force field of fear is very strong, and it can take hold of the mind and body for long periods of time without relief. And the goal isn't to trace all your fears back and understand their roots and understand every single thing about each fear that you have. That's counterproductive in my mind, because the goal is to move forward. It's to create space to release the emotions of fear and to release any emotion that you're having, to not attach to every single emotion as fact, okay? To see them as thoughts manifesting as intense emotions, to see your fears as thoughts manifesting as intense emotions that are allowed to be changed, that are allowed to be released, that are allowed to be set free. Being in anxiety is being held captive by one very strong emotion, which is fear. And being human is about feeling all the emotions: joy, gratitude, love, sadness, contentment. Fear is one of them. Fear will always exist. But when you change your relationship to your fear, you change the way that your mind, your body, and your spirit responds to it when it happens. And that is the game changer. I'm really excited. My new course, Fuck Fear, Unlock Your Mind and Positivity, is open. And everything that I just talked to you about thoughts as facts, about changing the way that you perceive your thoughts so that you can understand your emotions better, understand your fear better in a way that allows you to let it go. Not in a way that traces it back, but in a way that lets you see your fear as what it is, an emotion of fear, and then be able to release it. That is what we do in the course. Identifying the thoughts that have been programmed as self-limiting beliefs and facts and change them. I walk you through the process so that you can make big changes in your life. Anxiety isn't something that you are. It's an emotion that you deal with at a very intense level, and it can be changed, I promise. really short podcast today, but I hope that you enjoyed it. I know it's been a little bit. If you want to check out the new Fuck Fear, Unlock Your Mind and Positivity course, it is open and it is 50% off until November 11th. So go check out the course. I'll have the link below for you guys. I love you.